Hey everybody, I'm Lisa Rowberry, your independent Scentsy consultant. Welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be part 2 of our 2-part December Q&A video series, I guess. I recently started doing a Q&A series here on my channel a few months ago. You guys seem to really like it. I really enjoy doing them. Honestly, I like watching Q&A videos, so I'm glad you guys like watching them as well. It's kind of fun. It just feels like we are just kind of hanging out with friends. This is a very casual type of video where we just kind of sit, hang out, and chit chat. Your girl here is very talkative, very chatty, if you will. So get comfy, grab a drink. As you know, this is obviously part 2 because we didn't get to all the questions from the first video, and some new questions did come in. So I'm gonna go ahead and address the emails first that we didn't get to from part 1, if you will. And then if there will be time. We'll make time. It'll be great. For some of the new questions that came in on the last video from part 1. So we'll go ahead and get started. If you have a question that you would like to be answered, it doesn't have to be Scentsy related. It can be whatever you want. I'm completely transparent and completely an open book. So feel free to either comment on this video with a question that you have that you would like answered in the next one. The next Q&A video won't be until probably the end of January, but it will be sometime in January, so that will come in. So no matter when you're watching this video, whether it is pretty soon after it goes live or if it's a few weeks after, I plan on doing these Q&As at least once a month. So even if you comment on it way later, it'll be up in the next Q&A at some point. So yeah, so feel free to either comment there, or if you don't want to put your question on a comment, feel free to send an email to me. My personal email is lmrowberry@gmail.com. Feel free to send your question there too, and I will address it in the next Q&A. So let's go ahead and get started because, like I said, your girl can talk. So without this being an hour-long video, and you guys are so sweet and supportive, and you guys are like, almost an hour-long video, whoop whoop. I love you for that. Not everyone loves that, but that's okay. I guess this is not going to be the type of video that they watch, right? Okay, so the first one we are going to kick this off with is from our friend Patrice, and she says, "Hey Lisa, I love your videos and vlogs." Thank you so much. She says, "I have a question." I have an answer. She says, "I recently got my Scentsy Club. I get a bar of pistachio ice cream. I noticed right from opening it, it was starting to discolor. I looked to see if I could see the pour date, and it was from over 2 years ago. My question is, do you think it's okay for them to be sending 2-year-old discolored bars when we pay full price for them? I understand they can't pour fresh all the time, but that seems a little long." Your friend Patrice. I do understand the frustration. For me, I have a bar of pistachio ice cream as well, and I think there's something with the coloring of their green bars and of their pink bars. I think those are really the only ones that I have experienced like real discoloration with. You'll see, so like this is a bar of the Mandalorian Arab Adventure. And you'll see, so this is definitely discolored. See, so it should be this color. And here you see, and this is not stored in the sunlight or anything like that. I don't know why this is discolored only on one side. I don't know why. But yes, their green tends to like discolor, I feel like kind of easily, but only like this shade of green. Because any of the darker green bars that I have really don't, I should have pulled some, but it just like came to me. Any of the darker green bars that I have don't seem to have any issues, but greens of this shade tend to have issues and discolor. So this is my pistachio ice cream, and you can see kind of the same kind of situation where it's like on one side, you'll see like for me, it's always on these bars, it starts around the outside and then kind of works its way in. But for me, it doesn't bother me, but I'm a consultant, and it's just something, the bar itself performs just as good as if it was, honestly, probably better than if it was just poured yesterday, because obviously you need the oils to cure for a little bit. But if this was something that was freshly poured, it still performs well. I completely understand your frustration in that, like, we pay $6 for this, so why am I getting a bar that like that's discolored? Like, I understand that frustration. It doesn't bother me any, but like I can understand the frustration. It does smell so good. This one actually doesn't have a pour date, so when you sent that, I was like, oh my gosh, I wonder. And this one, there's no like etching in there, and there's no date on the inside, so I guess there are some bars that you just aren't gonna know when they're poured. But yeah, so for me, it doesn't bother me any. I did also want to show you, because like I said, the pink bars. Okay, this, this is actually supposed to be this color. This was not sent to me new. This I've actually had for a bit, because I actually have my label on here, but this was Love and Kisses Mini. It still smells absolutely amazing. Would I give this to a customer? Absolutely not. I would not. This is supposed to be this color. So I don't know why this discolors. Like I said, I don't store it in sunlight. It is stored in a cool, dark place. And I'm not sure why it discolors. I think just something with the coloring that they use, it just does. But yeah, I think if I were to get a bar of Love and Kisses Mini that looks like this brand new, I think I would be a little bit irritated. So you know, that may be something that we may be able to replace. So, you know, yeah, I don't know. It depends on how bad. If it's something like this, you know, where it's just starting to discolor a little bit, then I personally wouldn't, it doesn't matter to me. But if I were, like I said, if I were to get this Love and Kisses Mini bar like this, I would probably want it exchanged, because I would wonder, well, how well is it going to perform? This smells absolutely perfect. But yeah, so I don't know if that really helps, but this, I think it's okay for me personally, but I can definitely understand the frustration there for sure. So I don't know if that really helps or not, but just know that you're not alone. Like I think it's something with the coloring of the green and the pink waxes for whatever reason, just in my experience. Let me see here. Is that it? Yep, that's it. So that is it for Patrice. Next one is from my friend Jackie. Hello, Jackie. She says, hi, Lisa, a couple of questions for your next Q&A video, or you can just answer here. I saw you mention on a recent video that you don't often use the same scent across your whole house. Okay, I love this. When I read this, I was like, I love this. I'm wondering if you have a method for using scents in zones to avoid going nose blind, or if it's just madness and mayhem all the time. I love the madness and mayhem. My life is madness and mayhem, Jackie. It's I guess I kind of sort of do have like zones. My downstairs is pretty much one zone. So usually I'll do like, cause I can go through 3 whole bars downstairs. So typically downstairs, I will do some like alternating warmer mixtures that way. And it's fun. I really haven't gone nose blind to anything, cause I think as I switch it up so much, at like throughout the week, I will do fruity 1 minute and I'll do like holiday scents the next. So it really just depends on what I'm feeling like. But because I do kind of I don't want to say drastic, but I do typically tend to change my wax to something completely different. So I think that kind of keeps me from going nose blind. And so my zone for downstairs is really all of downstairs. So either I'm melting all the same wax, which typically I don't, because I can go through 3 whole bars. I'll do complementary scents that work well together downstairs. And then in my bedroom is 1 scent. In the office, well, the office situation is a little bit sad now, but I only have 1 warmer in there. So I'll try to like take a scent from in here, because I can usually go through 2 bars in here. So I'll take just a couple of cubes and put it into the office there. So it's 1 scent there, usually one scent, or like complementary scents in here as well. So I don't know, I just kind of, the world is my oyster, and I guess it's madness and mayhem. But I like it. It tends to go well. Now, I will say, for probably the first time ever, when we had our realtor come and like check out the house, see what needed to be done before we listed on the market, I actually had 1 scent going throughout the entire house. And I have to say, it was actually really nice. I feel like I would get bored with that pretty quickly, but I did have white tea and cactus throughout the entire house, and I didn't overdo it. I just had, I went through 2 entire bars through the whole house, so upstairs and downstairs. So I really honed it back for me. And it was scented really nice, but the whole house was 1 scent, and that's not something I'm interested in personally, because I don't know, I like to walk into a room and I'm like, oh, this smells nice, and then walk into another room, oh, this is nice. I don't know. I don't know. I guess I like mayhem. I don't know. But yeah, so I guess those are kind of my zones. Also, do you find that you have trouble getting good throw from some of the warmers with lids? I'm finding I have to use many of them with the tops off to smell the scent, and then they aren't as aesthetically pleasing. Wonder if I'm doing something wrong. You're not doing something wrong. It depends on the warmers too. The newer warmers that have lids, you'll find have like the backs missing, like the Christmas gnome warmer that has the back missing. The Glimmer and Glow warmer has a lid now, but or has a lid, but now they've redesigned the lid to have holes throughout. So I think Scentsy is realizing that we need more than just a couple of holes to throw the scent. So they are working with that on like improving that type of design. So I would be interested to know what warmer it is. Cause yeah, when you take the lid off, you're not having the same kind of look that you're going for, right? Like if you take the hat off of your Christmas gnome, it's no longer a gnome. Like, it doesn't have the same effect. So I think they're realizing that and kind of making some changes to those warmers that have lids on it. So, but you're not going crazy. It's a thing. That's why typically I don't have a ton of warmers with lids on them, because I like my scent to be really strong. So yeah, you're not crazy. You're not doing anything wrong. And finally, just for consultants, when do we find out what scents are leaving us for the next season? Do we get that info first? Thanks so much. Hope you're doing well, Jackie. Thanks so much, Jackie. So Jackie's actually a new consultant and so excited for her journey. So here's the thing. So for consultants, we are able to get this we get most information, pretty much all information, before pretty much anybody else does. So we get Bring Back My Bar information first. We get scents that are retiring information first. We get sneak peeks at the new catalogs first. Scent Warmer of the Month first. There's so many perks. But yeah, so we will find out the month before the launch of the new catalog. We will find out what scents are leaving us, because we will have the chance to see the new catalog, and we will be able to have like that month to be able to prepare, and we call it a transition month. So that is when we will prepare for the launch of the new catalog. So that is when we can prepare ourselves and our customers for scents that are going to be retiring, and just let them know, hey, these scents are retiring, so either stock up or make sure you add it to your Scentsy club. That way you will continue to get your favorite bars, because we don't know what scents will come back next fall and winter season. So, and that's the same goes for, these spring and summer scents that are about to come back. Some of them aren't going to come back. So it's kind of fun to see, so also with that, so knowing what scents are going to be retiring, we also get to see what scents are going to be coming back, because we will see the new spring and summer catalog just next month, which is crazy. So really super exciting. So we will find out 1 month before the new catalog is when we find out that information. I hope that helps. Thank you so much, Jackie. All right, next one is from my girl Emily, and Emily says, oh, this was a good one. Out of all the warmers you own, which are your top 5? Okay, so I had to write it down. I was like, oh, this is gonna be hard. And since I am going through my collection right now, I'm glad that this question came in now, because I was able to evaluate my collection and let you know. So, and not in any particular order, because they're like my children, I can't pick favorites, but Mirrored Rosé, absolutely one of my favorites. I will never part with her. The Champagne Warmer, basically the exact same warmer, just in champagne color and not pink and gold. So I know that's probably silly, because it's literally the same exact warmer, just different colors, but that's how much I love that design. Next one would be the Cream Tulip Shade Warmer. Next one would be the Christmas Glow Warmer. I can never part with that. Scentsy has not made anything even remotely similar to that warmer, and I absolutely love it. And then last but not least, the Enchanted Pumpkin Warmer. Love it. So 2 seasonal ones and 3 warmers for like all year. So I hope you find that interesting. I hope you like it. I hope you approve. Any tips for new consultants? I feel like I kind of sort of went over that in in part 1 of the Q&A for this month. But I would say just make sure you are sharing as much as you can. Share how you are using Scentsy, even if it's you're changing out your wax and you're like, talk about what it is that you're changing it out to. What do you like about it? That's going to be the thing that speaks most about how you're sharing your business, is how you're using it in your life. So make sure you are sharing, following up with customers, making sure that they're liking everything, and, being authentic to who you are. Don't cold message people. Please don't cold message people. There are a lot of direct sellers out there. I'm not saying that they all do this, but there's a lot of direct selling consultants who will just go down. And what I'm finding right now, which drives me nuts, is that you will find that some direct sellers will go through like their friends list, and then they'll go through Sally Sue's friend list, and then they'll go through their friend's friend list and start friending and messaging everyone. And it's like, what are you? And it's insane to me. And it's just these cold templates. They don't know me, and they're like, hey girl, I hope you're doing great. And if you talk like that, I'm not making, it's just, the thing that bothers me is that it's word for word the same exact template. And at one point there was one morning, I don't know if they all got together and had a meeting or what, but I got like 5 of the same exact message from 5 different people from the same company. And it was like same emojis everywhere. Hey girl, I see what you're doing and I think you'd be great at what I do, or what. And I'm like, really? And I call them out. And not to be a bee about it, but I'm just like, listen, I said, listen, I got this same exact, and I will screenshot, I got the same exact message from A, B, and C. You should probably start trying to like build relationships more organically, because this isn't doing you any good. It's just, I don't know. I'm not a fan of cold messaging. I think it's not a good thing. Build on relationships organically. Please, please, please. I feel like MLMs already get such a bad rap, so be the difference. Be the difference in MLMs, be the difference in direct selling. Show people it doesn't have to be slimy and schemy and like it doesn't have to be that way. So the biggest thing is just staying authentic to who you are, sharing how you're using it in your life, being consistent with whatever it is that you're doing. That's going to be huge too, because if you wind up, getting frustrated and burnt out, and then you decide, oh, I'm not going to do this for, a few weeks or whatever, then you're kind of starting back to square one. So consistency is key as well. So I hope that helps. The biggest thing that I can always say is just be authentic to who you are and share how you're using the product and what you love about it. What does pistachio ice cream smell like to you? What does it remind you of? Does it give you a scent memory? What is that? Because that's what people want to know. So let me see here. So I hope that helps. Thank you so much, Emily. And then next one here is from my friend Brandy. She says, hi Lisa, absolutely loving the Q&A with Lisa videos. I'm so happy. You guys have no idea how much that means to me. Like, I don't know. It means a lot to me. So thank you so much. My first question is, do you watch Scentsy videos on YouTube? And if so, who are some of your favorite Scentsy YouTubers? That's a tough one. Okay, so I do watch Scentsy videos, but not religiously. I wish there was more time in a day, but I have a feeling like over my recovery, I'll probably start binge watching some of my favorites. So Ramona Tolk, love her. Priscilla Romero, she's my mother-in-law, love her. Angie Dalton, love her. Suzanne Scented World, love her. Kimmy Fruits, love her. John Sparks, he hasn't been like on in a bit. He's had some medical stuff going on, but yeah, those just off the top of my head, I know there's got to be people who I'm missing, but there's so many amazing Scentsy YouTubers out there, and they do such a great job. And it's just, that's one thing I can say that I love about this like Scentsy community is like, I don't know, it seems like everyone's pretty authentic, not to sound like a broken record, but everyone seems to be pretty authentic and sharing, their honest opinions and experiences on the products and things like that. So I love authenticity, and I love feeling like I'm just hanging out with a friend. When I had met Angie Dalton at, was it SFR? I think it had to have been at SFR. It was either SFR or an incentive trip, but I remember seeing her, and it just was like, I was just like seeing a girlfriend from like years ago, and I'm just like, we hug, and oh my gosh, so good to see you. That was the first time we met, but it was like, it was like we just picked up and we had been friends for years. And that's the beautiful thing about the internet is that you just feel like you just feel like you already have that connection with somebody. So, that's what I look for in videos that I watch, because I want to feel like I'm just hanging out with a friend. So those are just some of the ones that I can remember off the top of my head, but I know for sure I watch more than that. That's just who I can like pinpoint off the top of my head. So if I missed you, I'm sorry, but okay. So my second question is totally not Scentsy related, but I love your hair color. Thank you so much. I was wondering if you get it done professionally or if it's a box dye color, or if so, which one? No, this is all natural. You'll see some grays coming through here. And it's fine. I'm letting age happen. I actually love dyeing my hair. I think she had said that she had seen, I'm not assuming it isn't your own. I saw one of your videos where you were dyeing your hair. Thanks so much for all you do. You're fantastic. Thank you so much, Brandy. Mwah. So I actually love dyeing my hair. My hair doesn't love when I dye my hair. My hair kicks out any permanent dye like within 2 weeks. It's just, my hair does not hold color. Permanent, it doesn't matter. Jet black, doesn't matter. Because if you look back at some older videos, I will have dyed my hair jet black and 2 weeks later it's back to this like dark brown. And I like it dark. I just wish it was darker. I had gone through, I don't want to say a phase. I loved my hair. I had dyed it like a dark burgundy. I loved my hair dark burgundy. And I had it professionally dyed, still kicked it out in 2 weeks. And I was like, dang it. And so I had gone to somebody else and she was like, oh, she probably used semi-permanent dye. So she then used permanent dye, kicked it out 2 weeks later. And I don't know if it's because I wash my hair every day. I have to wash my hair every day. Every single day I have to wash my hair. I have very oily skin and a very oily scalp. And I know what you're gonna say. It's because I wash my hair every day. Because I know people say, yeah, but you have to like train your scalp. It's because you're washing it too much and so your scalp is overproducing oil because you're drying it out. I don't know what to tell you. I have to wash my hair every day. So that could be why. I don't know. It could be because I have like thick, coarse hair. I'm not a hair professional. All I know is that my head of hair does not accept dye. Whether I pay $200, $300 or $10 on a box dye, it doesn't matter. So I just kind of gave up. I was like, and my husband is amazing because he'll actually help me with the box dye. When it's been jet black, I have dyed it at home. I think I did dye my hair jet black professionally once. But once again, it costs so much more and my hair doesn't accept it for any longer than the box dye. So when I get a wild hair, then I'm like, oh, wild hair, get that. Then I'll just get box dye. But honestly, lately I've just been like, meh. I don't have the energy to like go through all of that. It looks good, but it looks good for like 2 weeks and then it's back to this, which I've just come to accept it. So yes, this is all natural. So thank you so much. I do love dyeing. And there was once that I had, it was super fun hairstyle. I had blonde highlights and I had red, like red highlights in there too. It was super fun. That lasted maybe 2 weeks. The red was out like instant. Now bleach obviously stays because you're pulling all the pigment out, but any other like color, it doesn't work for me, unfortunately. So thank you so much, Brandy. Okay, next one is from our friend Paige, and Paige says, I would like to hear a list of 5 or 10 or how many you can think of Scentsy bars that you absolutely were not a fan of. So I think I did 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 5. I did list 5. Brayburn was probably the first one that I ever remember smelling and actually like having a physical reaction. I was like, ooh, no, I can't do that. It was like a scent of the month, I think, but I smelled it and that was the first one ever in my Scentsy experience that I smelled and was like, ooh, no. You guys already know. Perfect pumpkin pear. I can't do it. And I'm so happy if you love that scent. I get vomit smell from it. So I wish I didn't, but I do. Roll the dice. I can't with that scent either. I wanted to really like it. I was like, maybe I can try some mixing. There is no mixing to help that scent for me personally. Once again, if you love any of these scents, it is not to offend you. It's just something just transfers in my nose holes that just does not agree. That it smells like BO to me. And I know if you like that scent, you obviously don't smell BO. That's just what my interpretation of roll the dice is. Blackcurrant bubbly, I really wanted to love that one too. That one was also a scent of the month. There was just something that I just didn't like about that one either. Guava honey smells like cat pee. So there's your 5. So those, but honestly, I can't really think of any more than that. I was like, if I can get anywhere from 5 to 10, like I will definitely tell you, but that's really the only ones that I can think of just off the top of my head. I'm sure probably at some point I've probably, oh, there was another one, Christmas Cuddles. Christmas Cuddles smelled like dirty feet. There's another one for you. I was gonna say, I was trying to think of another, because I'm sure somebody's gonna not call me out like in a bad way, but you guys remember what I say in videos, and sometimes you'll be like, you remember better than I do. You're like, but remember this scent? And I'm like, oh yes, you're right. But that's pretty much what I can remember off the top of my head. Next question, strongest and weakest washer whiff scents. So I don't know, so I'm wondering if I understood your question correctly. Is it strongest and weakest washer whiff scents, or strongest to weakest washer whiff scents? I hope I'm understanding. I'm thinking strongest. I listed the strongest ones and the weakest ones. So strongest washer whiffs: Clothesline, Windowsill Breeze, Jammy Time, and Pink Cotton would be, in my opinion, the strongest. I also really like Palm Beach Breeze. I really like that one. It's more medium strength, not really like crazy strong, but it's a good one. Weakest, in my opinion, would be Luna. Pretty much most of the other, like even Lavender Cotton's nice and strong too. But I didn't have very good luck with Luna personally. Okay, and then next one. Like I mentioned, I started my business for my personal benefits. I do make posts on Facebook about new releases just in case people I am friends with want to see it, and occasionally people will order, but not often. I have been contemplating creating a Scentsy business Facebook page separate from my personal page, just to not annoy the people I am friends with who would not be interested, but I am concerned I won't have enough interest. I'm not sure if this makes sense, but when do you think is a good idea to have a separate page, or is it okay to just leave it under my general page? That's really up to you personally. I'm kind of with you on that. Like if you look at my personal Facebook page, I really don't post a ton of Scentsy stuff on there. I'll do a lot of shout outs and stuff for my team on there, but really I keep it mostly to personal content. So I personally, what I do just for me personally is I do have kind of a Facebook business page, and I also have my VIP group. My VIP group is what I pour most of my energy into. My Facebook business page is there for basically people to find me and contact me. I'll be honest, I am horrible at keeping that current. I don't get a lot. I thrive off of interaction. If I'm not getting interaction from people, then I typically let things die, unfortunately. Like it's an absolute flaw of mine, but if I am not getting interaction, then I'm just like, people aren't interested. So then I'll go do something else where I am getting more results, more interaction from. So my VIP group, I get the interaction, and I get people talking, and I get that from my VIP group, but I'm also keeping it like that is my little Scentsy community. I will say that is just for my consultants. It's just for my customers. So I do get people sometimes will send me a request to join the group and their consultants. Unfortunately, it has nothing to do with you personally. I would love to stay connected on Facebook, but that is a group just specifically for my customers. I don't have consultants in there. So, but if you want to stay connected on Facebook, definitely send me a friend request. We can stay connected that way, but my VIP group is specifically for my customers. And my business Facebook page, it's there, but it's not good. I'll be totally honest and transparent with you. It's not good. I would say if you're gonna start it up, I would say maybe start up your VIP page and a business page. Do both. Business pages are public and people can find it easier, and then your VIP page, it's slow going when you first start it. Anyone will tell you when you first start your VIP page, it's not all of a sudden like you're gonna have people talking and have a bunch of engagement. You're not gonna have that overnight. It takes time to grow and build that community where people want to talk and interact and make it their own community. It's not my group, it's our group. It's not a place where I'm selling stuff. We have this community where we share what we're using and what we're loving and what's working. Business page, I feel like, is good for advertising, and people can find you that way, find your information and contact you that way, and that's fine. So I would say, since you're just starting out doing both, maybe start both and pour into both. That way, you know, you can stay consistent with both. Consistency is key. It's absolutely key. That's why I tell you my business page is basically dead, because I don't keep up with it as much as I should. So, but I think where you're just starting out, definitely do both, and, you know, you can pour into both. And you know, invite your friends and your customers into your VIP page, and, you know, let them know, hey, this is where all of my Scentsy information is going to be. This is where all of launch information is going to be first. That's where maybe you'll have like special events happening and things like that in that group, that is specific to the VIP group, things like that. Make it like exclusive, and make it your personal little, like I said, community. And then your business page can be more like just posting specific like launch information if you want to that way. But whatever you want, I say anytime you start, go for it. Like, there is no timeline. I say just go for it. I hope that was helpful. I hope I answered your question. Thanks so much, Paige. Okay, last email, and then we're gonna get to comments from the last Q&A. Let me see here. So this is from Lisa. Hello, Lisa. My question is, do you ever use scent packs to fill your pods? If so, have you ever mixed the beads? Give me your favorite if so. I was thinking a strawberry and lemon would be amazing. Strawberry and lemon would be amazing. I am laughing because I did a video on this. I got in trouble from compliance, so I can't tell you to do that. But if you do it, it can happen. I can't show you how to do that. I will get in trouble, and I'm not about to get in trouble. But what we're referring to with pods, these are Scentsy pods, and there are fragrance beads inside this plastic casing, and this label is keeping it sealed shut. So what she's referring to is if there's scent packs, like for our Scentsy buddies, that might have the same beads in there, and you like kind of concoct your own fragrance, you can do that. I'm going to go ahead and leave that question unanswered because I don't want to get in trouble. So, but yeah, I mean, potentially you could, maybe. All right, let me see. Is there another question in here? Do you ever mix the beads? Give your favorite if so. I would love to elaborate more, but I can't, unfortunately. I'll probably respond to your email so that I can tell you. But I can't recommend doing that. These are made to be used just as is. They are not to be made to be sacrificed, is I believe what I was told I was doing. So these are not made to be sacrificed. So they're made to be used exactly as is. These are made for our Scentsy Goes, our mini fan diffusers, our wall fan diffusers, and our air purifiers. Scent packs are made for not the same things. Okay, I better stop before I get in trouble. Okay, let's talk about some comments here. All right, let's see. So first one here from Chelsea. Hello, Chelsea. Love these videos. Thank you so much. This will be my first Bring Back My Bar round, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for you, and I can't wait to see what you pick up. Are you moving out of state or moving somewhere close by? I hope your surgery goes well and you have a super speedy recovery. So we are moving out of state. We currently live in California, and we are moving to Idaho. So yes, we are moving out of state. It's going to be interesting. Question is, I know you have talked about how you store your wax, but where do you store all of your warmers? Where do you store all of your warmers you aren't using? Do you use bins or certain types of shelving for them? Someplace in your home? I feel like I'm struggling with where to put all my extra warmers. Girl, the struggle is real, isn't it? So I store my warmers that I'm not using and warmer boxes all in the same place in my office. So in the office, we have like a little walk-in closet, so I store them in there. I also had, in the new house, it will still be there, but I had these like workbenches, that had shelves, and so I would just store them under there. It's not the most appealing thing, but it worked for me, so I just stored them there. That's that's pretty much the method to my madness there. I wanted to keep all of the boxes so that, you know, when and if the time come that we ever move, or when I'm not using them, because I do have so many warmers that when I'm not using them, when I'm like changing them out and stuff for seasonally or just to change them out, I want them stored in the boxes so that way they're not getting broken or damaged in any kind of way. So I do keep all the boxes and I store them in the office. So like I said, not super appealing in terms of like looks, but it's okay. I'm hoping in the new place that I'll have like a different type of workspace so it won't be quite so like out in the open, but we'll see. Let me see here. I feel like, yeah, I feel like I'm struggling with where to put all my extra warm. I know it. Oh, know it. Okay, next one. By the way, thank you so much, Chelsea. Next one is from my friend Sandy. Hi, Sandy. So she says, for those, and I actually responded to this, but she said, for those that have Scentsy clubs under you, do you review them and look to see where what is being ordered? Bubblegum is one of my favorites and I can't wait to add it to my club, but I wonder if you see and just roll your eyes at me because it's not your favorite. No, I absolutely look. I look at any orders that come through. I look through. I like to see who's ordering. I like to see what you're ordering. I appreciate the support, the love and support in my business so much. But I also love to see just from a different aspect of like what people have in their clubs, to see like what they're loving and what they're warming and what they're, what makes their like can't live without list. I love seeing that and how much we can differ. So I love it. I don't roll my eyes at all. I think it's amazing how different we all can be and how different our clubs can be too. So I love it. I promise you I'm never rolling my eyes. Okay, my girl Brandy, she says, I have a question. Can you and Sean please come out with what's the Rowberry's cooking cookbook? I would totally buy it. So on the weekends, in case you're wondering why a cookbook, my husband and I on the weekends, we do weekend vlogging, and my husband is an amazing cook and we always share what he's conjuring up. And so that's why she was asking about a cookbook. We had kind of talked about, it wouldn't be like a published cookbook or anything like that. It wouldn't be anything like that, but we were kind of toying with it, maybe when we get up to Idaho and, maybe put together some of our favorite recipes and come up with some kind of fun something. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. Thanks so much, Brandy. Okay, next one. Jay Gonzalez says, love always watching your videos. Thank you so much. Mwah, I love you. Question, which scents are powerhouse? I like scents that punch me in the face. I just joined in October. Well, welcome to Scentsy. I actually need to do my powerhouse, my like strength series. So stay tuned for that because now I've pretty much gotten to the point where I have warmed everything in the current catalog, and I like to do a strength series where I let you know what scents are powerhouses, medium strength, light. That way, people who maybe are very easily like headache induced by fragrance, they're not going to want powerhouses, or people who, they want the powerhouses, or maybe they want the lighter scents, so I like to do that series to help out, and I feel like I've pretty much warmed everything at this point, so I will do that series. I'm gonna watch for that. So okay, next one. My girl Chris, she says, always love these videos. Thank you so much. It's always fun getting to know you more. Wait a minute, is cranberry garland still available? I can't find it. No, it's not. So you may see it if you search cranberry garland, because it was in the clearance section for a minute, but it's discontinued, unfortunately. I'm sorry. Okay. Next one is from Ashley. She says, how do you purge your warmers? Garage sale. I need to go to one of your purge sessions. I also voted like crazy for oats and honey because of your recommendation. So glad it made the cut. I know, I am too. So, I hold a personal sale with my customers. So it's not something that I can advertise publicly. So that's not something I can do. I'm really sorry. That is against Scentsy policy. So I hope I can even say that. I'm not telling you what's for sale. I mean, it may be warmers. I don't know. I can't tell you what is actually for sale. It has to be done on kind of like a one-on-one basis. I can't publicly say, hey, come shop my stash. The other way that you can do it, if you're looking to purge like your inventory, you can sign up for like vendor events. Vendor events are great ways to purge your inventory because you can bring stock on hand. You just can't advertise it. And that's the thing, even if you are to go to a vendor event and set up a booth and stuff there, you can't even show a picture of your booth to see what you have for sale because Scentsy sees that as showing publicly what you have. So yeah, so I mean, I wish I could just be like, hey guys, here's all the stuff that I'm trying to purge. I wish I could, but unfortunately I can't. So let me see here. Is this a question? Okay. Next one is from Kathy, and she says, any chance of discontinued warmers making a comeback? I hope so. So many times, so many of us have said, I wish they would do a bring back my warmer. That would be so much fun. So they haven't done anything like that before. I hope they will at some point, but I just don't know when or if that will even be a thing. I think it would be super fun though. So I wish they would do a bring back my warmer, because they can even like kind of like bring back my buddy, because obviously there's more that goes into making the Scentsy buddies than it is to pour some wax. So that's why we can have 25, 30 bring back my bar fragrances, because it's wax. That's what we do, right? But bring back my buddies. So the buddies, that takes more work that goes into actually making these buddies happen. So, you know, they brought back 3. So even if we did like bring back my warmer and it's like 5 warmers, is that too much? That might be a little too, even if it's 3, I think that would be awesome. I love the idea of bring back my warmer. I think that would be awesome. Okay, next question is from Brittany. Hello, Brittany. She says, hi, Lisa. I have a question I was hoping you could address. How do you go about mixing? I have some scents I'm not a huge fan of, but hate just tossing them. I don't mind mixing, but I don't even know where to start with that. And also, I recently got my hands on a discontinued bar of apples and oats. So good, right? And I'm in love. Do you have any mixes to dupe that smell? Thanks so much. Love that I stumbled across your channel. Thank you so much, Brittany. I'm so happy you did too. I'm glad that you're enjoying it. I really appreciate you sticking around and hanging out. So with mixing, so did I mention? Yeah, I think I mentioned in my what I've been warming video about how I use like alternating warmers to do some mixing, but you can also do 1 cube to 1 cube in the same warmer. So cube, what is this? The color of this is so off. I'm like, so if you are wanting to mix in the same warmer, because say you have a scent that, because the alternating is not going to work for a scent that you don't like, because you're still going to get some of that scent from the scent you don't like. So I would say mixing 1 cube to 1 cube in the same warmer. Now, what is it that you don't like about that scent would be one thing I would ask. Are you looking for more of a bakery element on that scent? Are you wanting more fruity elements? Is it too sour? Is it too sweet? I would want to know what it is you don't like about that. For me, a go-to mixer, because I feel like everything is better with bakery. So I will take a scent that I don't necessarily like and maybe mix it with sugar cookie or cinnamon buttercream, which is a really good mixer as well. I'm a bakery girl, so you can literally mix any scent with sugar cookie or cinnamon buttercream or vanilla bean buttercream, and it's automatically gonna make it better. But if you have something that's a little too sweet, then you can try mixing it with a floral maybe. You'd be surprised. I know that sounds crazy, but like you can even like take a bakery scent that you're like, ooh, that's too cloying, it's too sweet. And then you can take a floral. I know that sounds crazy, but bakery and floral go very, very well together, and it kind of cuts that sweetness, and it's really nice. Or you can try mixing a fresh scent, something like aloe water and cucumber to kind of lighten up a scent maybe. So it kind of depends on what it is that you're wanting to come of the fragrance for me to recommend what type of mixture to do. But when we're talking about mixing, it's 1 cube to 1 cube in the same warmer for your particular situation where you don't like a scent and you're trying to make it something that you do like. And you'd be surprised. I've actually done some mixes of a scent that I'm like, I really don't know if I can get through this, and then wind up mixing it and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is really nice. In fact, or a scent like churro. I really like it on cold, but then when I would warm it by itself, I'm like, I can't do it. Like I don't get anything from it. So I'm like, it's a big fat womp to me. Guess what's in my club? Churro, because when it's mixed, it's $1,000,000. It's fantastic. So some of these scents actually do better when they're mixed, which is so weird to me. So try mixing. And if you want some help with like what types of mixes maybe I would recommend for like a particular scent that you don't particularly care for and you're trying to find a good mix for it, send me an email, lmrowberry@gmail.com, and I'd be happy to help too. Let me see here. Okay, next one is from Donna, and she says, glad you're moving to Idaho. I have a couple of questions for you. Are you relocating to a town in Idaho that doesn't get buried in snow? I don't know that there is a town. I mean, I don't want to say it gets buried in snow. It gets snow every year. Like there's some places that get snow. Like, I mean, Tahoe gets snow every year. I wouldn't even consider that necessarily buried, but like we're not going to be in the northern part of Idaho. We're going to be like around the Boise area. Not in Boise, but like around that area. So we're not going to be like super north. I feel like the more northern part of the state probably does get actually buried in snow. So I don't think we're going to be like super buried. I don't think, but if we are, hey, it's fine. I work from home. It's totally fine. I am here for it. I don't need to drive anywhere. I'll send Sean in his truck to go drive through the snow. Let's see here. Let me see here. So yeah, so that was your next question. Is there a town in Idaho that doesn't get snow? I don't think so. I think pretty much all of Idaho does. I think, to my knowledge. I'm not sure. I'll let you know when I live there. If you're going to be living in snow, how do you and Sean feel about that? I live in Phoenix, so I've never dealt with snow. I'm excited, to be honest. We've been to the snow, like, you know, that's the beautiful thing about California. Like you really can, like you can go to the snow in just like a couple hours. It's fantastic. And we've rented cabins in like Truckee, Tahoe area. Love the snow. It's nice. Now I haven't ever driven in it. I haven't ever lived in it. So I may have a different opinion after the fact, but I feel like in, you know, kind of a neutral snow area, it's not going to be that bad. I don't think. And plus, like I said, I work from home, so it's not like, I don't think it's going to be like a huge deal. I don't think. No In-N-Out or Famous Burger for Burger Fridays. I know. Like I said, we do weekend vlogs on the weekend, and you guys have come to know our routines. And on Fridays, we love hamburgers. We do Hamburger Friday. And around here, we have In-N-Out and we have Famous Burger. Those are kind of like our go-tos. And we're not going to have that in Idaho. So looks like it's going to be Sean Burger Fridays. First priority will be to find a great burger place, or Sean will be making burgers every Friday. Exactly. Exactly. Let me see here. Sean Tall says vanilla waves and blue sage and tonka is a mix I'm going to try out this week. Thoughts? I think that sounds super interesting. I really hope you had commented that a couple days ago. So let me know if you watch this, or I'm sure we'll be talking on the vlog premiere. I will ask you how that mix goes, but let me know. How is the mix? Let me know. Okay. Let me see here. JP says, how often do you change your wax? I know it depends on the strength of the scent, but what is typical? Do you change the whole house at once, or each scent as it fades? I just change out each scent as it fades. Like at one point, so like last week, I had Showered in Flowers from the Find Your Happy Wax collection in our bedroom, and that lasted a day. So, but I had a mix going downstairs that lasted 2-3 days. So I just go through, and whenever I can't smell the wax anymore, that's when I go through and I change it out. There's no set time or anything. It's just, if I can't smell you, you're getting the boot. So I hope that helps, JP. And let's see here. Mrs. Osario, I've been using Scentsy for years, and I didn't know until recently about indie vendor wax. Have you used indie wax, and if so, from which vendor? If not, would you ever be interested in trying in the future? I have not tried indie wax. I know of a lot of indie wax vendors. I just haven't. Not because I'm opposed to it. I'm not opposed to it. I would totally give them a try. I just have a lot of wax to get through, to be honest. I have a lot of wax to get through. I have tried wax from Goose Creek. I have tried some others, but like indie wax, I haven't actually tried. I think I would be interested. Probably not until we move, to be honest, just because we are trying to not move a ton of stuff. So, and we have a lot of stuff to move anyway. So I would be interested, probably not until next year, but I would, absolutely. I haven't, but I would. Okay, next one. Let's see here. Ooh, Claire. So this one's from Claire. She says, can you let me know your thoughts on Region 3's club exclusives, please? I'm finding our sniffers are quite similar. Chocolate coconut cream, really nice. I'm not huge into chocolate scents for home fragrance, but chocolate coconut cream is really good, I will say. Lemon thyme berry. Yes, yes, it is really nice. I actually have this, and it's so good. I would definitely say add it to your club, at least for nothing else, to give it a try. It is strong, it is sweet, it is tart, it is fruity, and it is so lovely. Love lemon thyme berry. Definitely give that one a try. Musk sticks, I have never heard of. I am intrigued. Do let me know. I must know. Newborn Nursery, I'm not a huge fan. It smells like baby powder. So if you like baby powder smells, maybe if you have a nursery, if you have a child's bedroom that you're looking for, I was gonna say a neutral scent. It's really strong. It's really strong. Definitely smells like baby powder. If you like baby powder, you'll love that. Peppermint Dreams, it's not my cup of tea. I'm not huge into peppermint scents, but if you like peppermint scents, I think you'll really like that. It's nice. It smells like there's a chocolate note in there. So you get peppermint and you get chocolate. And so it's nice if you like that. I'm just not huge into peppermint scents. Shaka is nice. That one's a really nice one. Watermelon Mint is nice if you really like watermelon scents. Welcome Home, really good. It's a staple around here. Love it. Yuzu Dragon, I can't entirely, I think that one I thought was okay. It's not that I didn't like it. It's not that I was madly in love with it. It was just okay for me, but I liked it. So I hope that helps. Okay, let's see the next one here. Pamela says, I have 2 questions. Are those full bars hanging on your wall in the background? Also, do you know if Scentsy has a bar that has Lily of the Valley in it? Yes, these are full bars that are hanging here. Usually when I finish a bar, I like to finish the bar entirely, unless if it's a bar that I cannot get anymore, and I'm like savoring it. If I'm savoring it and I've just got like a few cubes left and that's all I have and I can't get it anymore, I've got like 1 or 2 bars like that, but they're not hanging. Other than that, I think I have 2. Key lime tortilla and cranberry muffin. I think those are the only 2 bars that I have, that I just have like a few cubes left, and I'm gonna keep it that way until it comes back ever and I bring back my bar, which means I'm never gonna get it. Oh, I should have, oh my gosh. Oh, I may need to change some things. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me see here. So from Kelly, that, by the way, me having that little like situation, it's because we're gonna talk about a bring back my bar list here. So Kelly, she says, I know your recovery might be a process after your hysterectomy, so have you written down a wax change schedule for Sean to do for you? If you are too weak to change it out yourself, and a list of fragrances you would like him to warm. No, I will be changing the wax. Absolutely. So my surgery is outpatient. I will not be staying the night unless I have any type of complications or I need to be supervised for any amount of time. It should be outpatient. I actually just had my pre-op appointment, so I kind of know the game plan. I don't have a surgery time yet. They're gonna call me the day before, but I should be home that same night. And I will be up walking around. It is so important for me personally to be up walking around. I think for anyone coming out of this surgery, if you're able to, I know everybody's different. I am having my hysterectomy done laparoscopically, so I won't have an abdominal incision unless, like I said, unless something changes in surgery. So I need to be up moving around and walking. I have a blood clotting disorder that means that my blood clots very easily. So this is already a surgery that's kind of prone to blood clots, but my risk is a little bit higher because of my the type of blood that I have. So I will be on blood thinners the day of surgery. And then I bought some really rockin' compression socks, which are pretty cool. And I need to be up walking around, she said, at least 3 times a day for 20 minutes. I'm gonna try to do even more than that. I know probably the first day, probably not gonna happen, but I'm gonna do my best. So I feel like that's gonna be my perfect like walking around exercise. Is changing out my wax. I'm gonna be walking around. So just picture this here in a couple of weeks. I'm gonna be getting up with my awesome compression socks, walking around like an old lady, moving really, really slow, walking around to each warmer, changing out my wax, tossing out the wax, walking around, dropping in new wax to eat. That'll be my exercise. That'll be my exercise. So no, he will not be changing out the wax. I will send him upstairs. Maybe I'll make a little basket of bars that I want. I don't know. I'll probably send him upstairs to find some. No, maybe I need a warming basket. I might need that. We'll see. I'll probably have a bar basket downstairs of things for me to like shop through, because I don't think I'm going to be coming upstairs too much, but I don't know. We'll see. But no, I'm still going to have control over the wax in the house for sure. Beth says, are you sad about the end of the Jelly Belly partnership with Scentsy? I'm mourning my toasted marshmallow. I'll get 1 more bar in January. I don't even have a stock. I'm not, because I don't know. I have toasted marshmallow in my club, but it's not the Jelly Belly toasted marshmallow. It's the other toasted marshmallow that Scentsy came out with. I think it was a fun collection, but it's not the end of the world for me. I am sad for you though. Tutti Frutti was really good. I really liked that one. Let me see here. Dayton, hello. He says, for the channel advice, what editing tools do you use to put your videos and effects up? I'd love to do a channel. I just don't know the softwares. I have a laptop and phone. So my biggest advice would be, and I believe I touched on this the last Q&A, is that not to invest too much up front. Make sure it's something that you really like doing, something you really enjoy doing before you start investing in software and lighting and all these things. I think start out with your channel first and see if you enjoy doing it, and then you can start kind of making some tweaks. But to answer your question, what editing tools do I use? So when I was first starting out, I just used iMovie. Honestly, no, not even that. When I first started, I literally I was recording from my phone and then just went into YouTube and upload the actual video from my phone. That is it. I wanted to make sure I liked doing it. So I'm not going to just talk the talk and not walk the walk. Like, I am speaking from experience. If you want to go all in and you're like, I know I'm going to love this, I want to invest in some awesome editing tools and all of this stuff, go for it. It's just my mentality when I first started my YouTube channel was, I'm going to ease into this because I don't want to spend a bunch of money on something I'm going to wind up not liking. So yeah, so there's that. So what do I use now? I use Final Cut Pro for my editing software. I really like it. I know I have not even scratched the surface for what it can do because I feel like I'm very, very basic when it comes to my editing skills. If you can even call them skills, it's very, very basic. But I like that software because it's very easy to use. Before that, I used iMovie. And if you've used iMovie, you can transfer over to Final Cut Pro very easily because it's a lot of the same types of features. But I feel like Final Cut Pro is just a little bit more advanced. So I like that. But yeah, you don't have to have any super fancy. I have my desktop computer, but Final Cut Pro will work on my laptop as well. So, but even at that, if you have your phone, if it's an iPhone, you can use iMovie in your phone too. So that's if you want editing software. You don't have to have editing software if you don't want it. Let me see here. Emily, my girl Emily, she says, hi Lisa, how are you? I love your channel. I love your channel and I have a question for you. I have a Scentsy club with my consultant's personal website. As of March, let's see here. I have to open this up here. As of March 2021, I signed up to be a consultant. Yay, welcome to the Scentsy family. To get the perks and bonuses for myself personally. I wanted to know if there's any way I can transfer my own Scentsy club from her personal website to my personal website. Thank you. Yes, absolutely. And it tears me apart to hear when people are like, no, the person I signed up under said that I can't change it. You absolutely can. In fact, now Scentsy has actually created the enrollment process so that when you are signing up for Scentsy, it recognizes that you have a Scentsy club with that same email, and it'll say, hey, is this your Scentsy club? And you say yes, and then it'll automatically link your Scentsy club with yourself. It'll remove it from your consultant and now move it under yourself, which is so much easier. Before, you used to have to contact consultant support and say, hey, here's my ID number, here's my Scentsy club email, can we switch it from this person to me? And then they would do it for you. Then they went from that to, there's a spot in your workstation here. Let me pull it up actually. There's a spot in your workstation where you can actually link it. Since you haven't linked it already, you can go under account. Let me pull this up here. I wasn't thinking to be prepared. Okay, so in your workstation, go to the account tab, and then you will scroll down. Let's see here. Okay, so you will scroll down on the account tab and it'll say Scentsy Club account link. So that is saying that it will link your Scentsy Club account to yourself. So you will just put in your Scentsy Club email, your Scentsy Club password, and then you should be able to link it that way. So once it finds that, then it'll be able to link it for you. Consultant support won't do it anymore because we have access to do it ourselves. So I hope that helps. Hope you're able to switch it over to yourself because you should be getting the credit for that, girlfriend. Okay. Susan says, I really wish you could change your consultant for Scentsy Club without losing everything in your club. I totally disagree with that decision. My consultant is not what I expected. She is lazy and uninvolved. I'm sorry. I have hooked up with a great person where I place my non-club orders, which it's unfair that she can't get the club commissions. Do you see this ever changing? Susan, I really hope so. I really, really hope so. I have voiced my opinions on that to home office. And that's the wonderful thing about home office. They're very open to listening to consultants and talking to them about things. And I've had the opportunity to talk to some of the folks at home office, specifically in the Scentsy Club department. And I have voiced my opinions on that because you're absolutely right. You should be, it's your money that you're spending. You should be able to spend it with whatever consultant that you wish without losing everything. Because right now the only way you can do that is by joining, to be able to transfer your Scentsy Club over to yourself. So you should be able to transfer it over to whichever consultant that you want to. But unfortunately, that's not a thing right now. Personally, do I see that changing in the future? I do. I just don't know when. They haven't told me. So this may never change. I'm not giving you any like secret squirrel information. They haven't told me anything. I just voiced my opinion, and this is something that I have heard with customers over and over again saying like, I wish we could change it without me losing my retired bars. And I 100% understand that. And I agree. I absolutely 100% agree. And I hope it will change. I feel like it will. I don't know when or if it even will, but I feel like it will. Let me see here. Jennifer says, do you think having a YouTube channel has increased your Scentsy sales? I think any platform you put yourself onto will. Scentsy Club, I have Scentsy Club on the brain. YouTube is a great platform. Have I gained sales and customers from it? Yes, I've met some of my best friends from YouTube for sure. But with anything, it's going to take consistency, and any time you can get on any type of a platform, whether it is YouTube, whether it is Facebook, whether it is Instagram, whether it is Twitter, whether it is Pinterest, whatever it is, any type of platform is just another way to be able to reach new people and meet new people and build new relationships. So, whatever platform that is, I think it's definitely a good idea to do it and see what comes of it. Have I gained new customers this way? Yes, I have. Is this the bread and butter of my business? No. But it's definitely been an amazing tool, and I love the people and relationships I've been able to meet and form because of this platform. It's been amazing. Like I said, I've been able to meet some of my best friends because of this platform. It's been awesome. And that is it. Oh my goodness, that's it. Oh my gosh, here we are, another hour-long video. Oh, but we have one more. Hold on. Okay, I've got a fresh new battery. We are ready to go for the last question. Is anybody else surprised that my battery was about to die after an hour-long video? Is anybody surprised? I'm not surprised. Okay, last one that actually we were supposed to address last week. This is a question from last week that we are now addressing this week, but I wanted to end on this because I think it's a really fun project that I had here. So I was asked to pick my own Bring Back My Bar lineup. That's hard, you guys. Okay, and I have questions. So would this be a Bring Back My Bar lineup with my current club subscription? Because I would change out some of these based on what I already have in my club selfishly, but I went ahead, I went ahead and created a Bring Back My Bar list of 25 cents, well, 25 and an honorable mention. And I'm not cheating. I will give you my explanation on the honorable mention and you will understand, I hope. But I created my list of 25 Bring Back My Bar scents that are not currently available, that I would personally love to see in like a Bring Back My Bar lineup with no Scentsy Club. So like we are imagining we don't have a Scentsy Club, or like maybe this is gonna be our first Scentsy Club month. So you have no bars in your Scentsy Club, because I don't want to hear anyone say, oh, but that comes back all the time. I'm thinking as in like this is my Bring Back My Bar like lineup, and I have no Scentsy Club. So just don't at me. Okay. And actually now I feel like I kind of want to change a couple things after, okay, because I feel like I need key lime tortilla and I need cranberry muffin in my lineup, but I don't have 2 more spaces is the problem. So I think Okay, okay, let's just get started. How about that? So I have chosen 25, and I'll when I get to the ones that I feel like, okay, I would probably do without this to get my cranberry muffin, we'll get there. So number 1, and not in necessarily any particular order per se, but these, let's just get to the list. This is a long video, geez. Okay, number 1, Simply Vanilla. Keep in mind, this is imagining I don't already have it in my Scentsy Club, which, by the way, Simply Vanilla is coming back in January. So just saying. Number 2, Sweet Plum Pastry, of course. Number 3, Huckleberry Sage. Number 4, Very Perry Pumpkin. Do you guys know what I would do if Very Perry Pumpkin came for Bring Back My Bar? Do you know? Do you know? I would go crazy. Vote it back and watch, see. Okay, number 5, Cherry Almond Pie, also coming back January, fantastic. Number 6, Oodles of Orange. Oh, throw a bone to my husband here. Honestly, I would probably, I mean, since this is just mine, his might get the boot for key lime tortilla. No, I'll remove some of my other, he can have 1 cent. Oodles of Orange. 7, Oats and Honey. 8, Sugar Bells. I don't know if that's cheating or not. It was a part of a Scents of the Season wax collection. It was a regular bar, so I feel like it, but yes, if that ever came back for Bring Back My Bar, I would lose my mind. Sugar Bells, so good. Number 9, Pacific Sandalwood. Number 10, Happy Birthday. I know. You guys are rolling your eyes. There's another one, the next one. Banana Nut Bread. I know. It gets voted back all the time, but I feel like it's for good reason. It's for good reason. If I didn't have it in my club, I would want to be ordering it. Those are 2 scents that are in my club that I can't live without. So I'm just saying, if we didn't have Scentsy Club and you would want to know what my Bring Back My Bar lineup was, I'm just being honest. Number 12, Mandarin Moon, also coming back January. Number 13, Churro Churro. I'm wondering if, no, I have to have that one. Number 14, Apple Press. Apple Press, I feel like maybe because we have some great apple scents, I think I'm gonna go ahead, look at me being all like official and stuff. I'm gonna actually cross it off. So Apple Press, you're getting the boot. And we're gonna do Cranberry Muffin. This is very official business here. Okay. 15, Sweet Pea and Vanilla. 16, Lemon Drop It Low. Please, please, you guys, vote back Lemon Drop It Low, please. 17, White Tea and Cactus. Oh gosh, I feel like I do need, which other one am I gonna get rid of? Oh. All right, White Tea and Cactus. Ah, it's so good. Okay, White Tea and Cactus, you're getting the boot. It's in my club, but I don't have a club at this point, remember? White Tea and Cactus for key lime tortilla. I was trying to give some like variety of like fresh scents and fruity and bakery. I tried. Key lime tortilla. 18, Jumpin' Jelly Bean. 19, Polynesian Dreams. Love that one. 20, Pear Blossom. 21, Peony Petals. 22, Sugar. 23, Berries Jubilee. That's another one, you guys. If it ever comes back, if it comes back for voting, please, 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 please. The cherry on top. Berries Jubilee is so good. 24, Cotton Candy Cookie. So good. 25, Peach and White Amber. Absolutely beautiful. Do you want to know what my honorable mention is? Make a guess. I'm sure you already know. I'm sure you already know. Honorable mention is Dumbo. And the only reason why it's an honorable mention, it would honestly make the list and I would have like booted somebody else off of this list. But we don't normally do licensed bars for Bring Back My Bar. So that's why I was like, well, it's kind of breaking the rules. So just know that Dumbo is definitely that important that I would have booted somebody else off. Who would I boot off the list? I'm so glad I'm not in charge of this type of, I think I would boot Pear Blossom for Dumbo. But if you think that I have followed the rules enough, I can have an honorable mention. We can keep 26, I think. So that would be my Bring Back My Bar list. All right, you guys. Woo! That is it for December's Q&A. Thank you guys so much for loving this series, for sending in your questions. It means so much to me. I love just hanging out. Just like I said, it feels like we're just hanging out with friends and just chit-chatting and hanging out and stuff. So I'm really, really glad that you enjoy this as much as I do. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you like the Q&As. Next month, like I said, there will be another Q&A. If you have a question, feel free to leave it in the comments down below attached to this video, or you can send them in to lmrowberry@gmail.com and it will be read on the next Q&A. Like I said, probably the end of January. I don't have a firm date, but you can look for it sometime around that time. So thanks so much for hanging out with me today. If you're new, please subscribe. Otherwise, if you're already subscribed, be sure to hit the notification bell. That way you stay up to date with all things Scentsy. All right, I hope you have an amazing day and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.